first question we want to answer is how taxes work. You'll see a visual representation of the federal income tax system in the United States for an individual, right? This is obviously very, very simplified, but we'll use it as a frame of reference to sort of highlight some key aspects of kind of how taxes work and key things that you probably should be aware of when it comes to your taxes. So, simplified picture. We start on the Form 1040, which is the form that individuals file in the United States. And the first thing on the form, after your name and social security number and key information like that, is any income you earned from W-2 jobs. These are jobs where you were paid as an employee. In the arts, these tend to be teaching jobs. Often those are W-2 jobs. Any other supporting cast role jobs or production assistance work where you are receiving a regular paycheck, those would all be W-2 jobs that you have. So the big question for an individual artist is kind of figuring out how you make money. And this became an even bigger deal to make sure you can answer clearly following the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that was passed toward the end of 2017 and took effect in 2018. One of the big things that happened under that piece of legislation is that the geography of where things are deductible changed. So once upon a time, if you were an artist and you had expenses associated with your W-2 job, those were deductible to you on Schedule A. So you had to, meet some criteria to make sure you could deduct them, but those were deductible to you on Schedule A, even if you were an employee. If you were running your own business, all of those expenses were deductible to you on Schedule C. So what happened as part of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is that all of a sudden, the miscellaneous deduction, where you otherwise would have captured your unreimbursed employee expenses as a deduction on Schedule A, that went away. So what we had is all of a sudden, individual artists who were paid as employees were no longer able to claim the deductions associated with that W-2 work. You can still claim all of the deductions that's associated with freelance work or self-employment or anything you're reporting on Schedule C or Schedule E if you have an S corporation. All of that stuff is still there. Those are all still deductions to you. But if you were someone that was also deducting expenses associated with your W-2 job, those are no longer deductible to you. And so it became increasingly important for artists who have both W-2 jobs and also freelance income, self-employment income, business income from entities they might be running. It becomes increasingly important to make sure you're tracking expenses separately if they are related to your W-2 income or if they're related to your freelance income. And it's easy to see how this could get really messy.